Take me back to, what's it called, Zeiss. How much BP do you have? Can you check how much BP you have? Because if you give me an answer to how do you check, then I can let you know. You just go to a guild and it shows you. Let's try the Ritter Robe way. Earthworms are garbage. Oh, he's just right here. This also seems to be the way to Grand Cell, so this one we have to fight. Alright, these aren't difficult at all. Notebook? Okay, I'll look after this fight. I'm not doing that worm thing though. That's gonna be so boring. Just having to go through one and attack it and it still uses Earthshaker because it's like, hey, when you attack it, it uses Earthshaker. I'd rather just not do it, to be honest. And do the parts of the game that I do enjoy, because there are very few parts of this game I don't enjoy. This late game section is one of them. Probably like the only thing gameplay-wise that's like demonstrably just not that fun compared to everything else in the game. Redo. Notebook. 69 jobs complete. Yo, 69 jobs completed? Nice! What if I just ignore every single job and we stay at 69? I can't though, because I need to go to Grand Cell some way. So, I have 250 BP to answer your question. Blade Cougar. If you get the 281, you can get a good transfer bonus. How much is each quest worth though? Like how much BP, how many quests would I have to do to get to 281? I mean, I want to beat this monster because this monster is literally in the way. I have to beat this monster, otherwise I go around. Hell if I know? Well, that means I'm not going to bother then. Well, I mean, I'm still going to try this monster, but if this one, like, is miserable, I'm just going to, like, ignore every single monster quest. Because, like, I do not want to bother with them. They're just not fun.
We're good to go.
Any paralysis prevention for this? If I'm gonna do it, I want to at least beat this one because that just means I have to go all the way around to get the Grand Cell, probably to avoid it, and that's not what I want to do. How many of these? Grail Locket. Put the Grail Locket back on you. Right, anything to prevent paralysis, like anything at all. They give 5 each, so I would have to do 6 more quests to get 281. Or not 6, 7, because I would have to get 281. Very unlikely we get that done then. Sleep confused, faint sleep, poison blind. I literally have nothing to heal paralysis. Are you kidding me? Wait, isn't seal paralysis? I'm pretty sure it is. Seal, seal, seal. Where is it? I think that's all I have. I wonder if I'm behind on armor. Maybe there's like a shop I need to do, because I really feel like these monsters are just like increasingly, like, they're doing so much damage, and the status ailments are a problem too, but the damage output is insane.
Come on.
Boom, 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 boom. You're gonna miss an additional set of gladiator stuff. I don't care. Look, I know you're trying to change my mind, but I mean, this is annoying. Like, do you want me to hate this game more? Because I will. More, as if I hate it. Like, I just don't like these monster quests. I find the ZFG thing stupid, and I just rather not waste my time. So I rather, like, I'm sorry about the gladiator stuff. However, whatever that even is, but I'm just, like, not gonna do it. I just don't want to, is the thing. Like, the ZFG thing, like, wouldn't really be, like, I feel like the ZFG thing not being a thing wouldn't really make it better necessarily. It's not only the ZFG thing that it's a problem. Because I definitely feel like if the ZFG thing wasn't a problem, these monsters would still be like, hey, we spam these 1 status ailments. And, yeah. Like, we spam these 1 status ailments and we do, like, stupid damage. The ZFG thing just, like, adds on, like, oh, it's super annoying. Like, oh, it makes it even more annoying because you're so limited on it. Oh, you were saying, like, did you know? Okay, well, I apologize for taking that out of proportion. Okay, as long as we're on the same page about this being, like, the worst part of the game. Because Trails in the Sky 2 was a very solid game. Even in terms of boss designs, it hasn't had, like, a terrible boss. It's been a very, very fun time. Not one of my favorite games by any stretch of the words. But, you know, it's been a fun time. I've enjoyed it. So, I just rather not waste my time doing this terrible section, especially if it's optional. Okay, so I guess, since that one's blocking Grand Cell, I guess what I have to do... I'm just trying to think. Like, there's 2 roads that lead from Zeiss? Is that what that's telling me? Hang on. Oh, this is Zeiss landing port. Okay, that was the landing port. Okay, I understand. There's a gate between Roulette and Grand Cell. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to go all the way back. That's the thing, like... All right, yeah. You know what? I'll do it. I mean, it's annoying, but I'll do it anyway. It beats doing that monster. So I guess we're gonna have to go back through Ruan, then back through Bose, and that'll take us to what's it called? That'll take us to eventually Relent and Grand Cell. We have to do Relent as well, so I mean we're gonna have to. But yeah, Trails in the Sky has been a fun time. If I like, I don't know, I would give it like a 7 out of 10. Right now, without having seen the ending, I'd give this game like a 7 out of 10. I've enjoyed it. The ending will have an impact on my opinion, obviously. How this game ends is going to be a big factor, but without having finished the game, it's sitting at like a solid 7, maybe. Which is good, because I played so many games that, like, lately I've been playing games that just aren't great, you know? They've barely been, like, 5s out of 10s and stuff. So, like, I mean, this game has definitely been a treat to go through, doing all I could in it. Yeah, as long as people agree with me that this is a terrible section in the game, as long as I'm not in the minority. It's always nice when people are, like, on my side. Or see what I'm going through. And again, the ZFG thing would be like, you know... The ZFG thing would be like, you know, like, it wouldn't necessarily make it better if the ZFG thing didn't exist. It would make it manageable. Because the ZFG thing is just an extra restriction in like, hey, these bosses that have these status ailment spams and you need to prepare accessory-wise... you also need to have this item that, you also need to have this item that's like, hey, this is what lets you use arts, so, yeah. Damn, you got into some pretty terrible games. Yeah, like, lately, like, new games I've played have been, like, barely average. Like, I got my Platinum Trophy in Trinity Trigger. I'm probably a little salty on Trinity Trigger, which is why I said that. Trinity Trigger was, like, a solid game, but this game is much better. Probably like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, but I had to fight like 3 bosses in that game. Like the final bosses used like 3 times, and it made me want to die. So I was thinking, I was like entirely talking about Trinity Trigger last night because I was suffering. I did finally get my platinum in it, but it was really annoying because the final boss is basically used 3 times. And the true ending is not even the true ending, which also made me annoyed because I was under the impression like, oh, there's an actual true ending, but there wasn't. It was literally just one scene that gave like a little more context to like the cliffhanger-y ending we got, which is lame. But yeah, the post game of Trinity Trigger was not fun, so that affected my opinion of the game a little bit. Basically, kind of ruined it. Because otherwise, I thought it was a pretty solid game. Not the greatest, but good enough. But the post-game, like, completely... I reevaluated my opinion, I guess you would say, on Trinity Trigger after doing the post-game. Haven't played anything under a 6 out of 10 since Digimon Survivor, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I mean, new games. I haven't really played much new games that I played for the first time recently. The only thing things that come to mind, like Trinity Trigger, I finished Persona 3. Persona 3 was a good game. I played that for the first time in 2023. I like Persona 3. It's got problems, but I enjoyed it. Crisis Core, I played the original, but Reunion was like a fine enough game. It was an improvement, but still had problems. Dragon Quest Treasures was like, okay. Nothing special, but it was fine enough. I mean, the last, like, good game I played was, like, probably, like, Persona 3. That I've played for the first time. Like, not counting games that I played in the past that I replayed, like Tales of Eternity I played before. I know how I feel about that game. But, Persona 3 was a good time. Dated, but it's a good time. Star Ocean 6 was also good. Comeback for Star Ocean that I needed. Still not amazing, but Star Ocean 6 was pretty good. So yeah. New games have been super light for me. I haven't played many new releases lately, which is mostly what I mean, and the new releases that I've played have been just barely average, I guess. It hasn't been like a groundbreaking release, which is why I really hope FF16 is a groundbreaking game. I have high hopes for it. I would love it if it's great. I'm almost at boss finally. Just wondering which boss gave you the most trouble. Ren gave me the most problems when I first played the game, mainly because I was unprepared. I'll say Blue Blanc, probably. The Blue Blanc fight was really hard. Sometimes annoying, mostly hard though, because he would clone himself and you would have to hit the right one. And also he had the archaisms with him. So I'll say Blue Blanc, probably. Ren was a problem until I realized, oh, I should just use Kevin's Grail Sphere and Joshua's Black Fang immediately. Ren would have been a problem if I didn't have my CP built up, yeah. The first Ren. The second Ren wasn't that hard. The first Ren, like Ren's first fight. Like where she just opens with her S-Craft. Other than those two, the fog monsters were tricky. More tedious than hard, though. I mean, Trails SC hasn't really had a terrible boss. These monsters are obviously terrible, but other than that, basically, like, none. It's been pretty solid with boss fights. I've heard very polarizing things about after FF16. Yeah, I've heard, I mean, I'm hearing that. I've been staying away from the demo and gameplay footage of it, but I mean, I've been hearing people are saying it's really good, so I hope it's good. Plus, it looks like a return to form for FFs, so. These monsters aren't really bosses technically, but they do suck. Yeah, true. I mean, that goes to show that I can't think of a single boss in this game that was, like, just terrible. Even the Enforcer fights, I can't even say they're tough. The Rem fights, like, weird, because you have to, like, have Kevin and be prepared for it. Like, if you know Ren's gonna just use her S-Craft, then, like, yeah, it's annoying, but I mean, like, you know. And Blue Blanc, I guess, because Blue Blanc is really tricky. Oh my. Hi, Ina. We're back. Ina, hello. Shara, Estelle, Joshua, thank Adios you're safe. I was worried something bizarre happened at the tower while you were there. It got a bit hairy, yes, but we managed to come out with most of our limbs. I imagine things have no picnic here either. Yes, there's been a lot of frightened talk lately, but no one's done anything foolish yet. Father Devon and Mayor Klaus have both been working hard to keep everyone calm and helped. I see. Putting all that aside though, Joshua, I'm glad you've come home. Yes, I'm sorry I caused everyone to worry. It's alright, as a guild receptionist, you bracers are a bit like my children. Especially when it comes to a certain pair of someone's whom I gave their bracer notebooks to. The mother and me is just glad to see your child's return safe. Ina, I don't... I told you everyone still cares, Joshua. Anyway, Ina, there's kind of a lot of talk about it, actually. That floating island to start with, yes. If you have any idea what that thing is, could you tell me? Right, it began with... Yeah, it's fair, Flygon. I think I remember you mentioning you're not really a fan of like anything non-turn-based. That's entirely fair. I see, so that's the Ariel. It isn't even close to what I thought it might be. It sounds like there's little we can do about it for now. Yes, frustrating, but there it is. We need to restore some semblance of order before worrying about anything else. It'll be nice to have a working phone in that case. Could you go ahead and get set up, please? Yes. Also, I'm noticing here, so you need to... I didn't realize that you're using the ZFGs for each phone. So if you're reporting... So I guess ideally the game maybe wants you to just get all the monsters before you have to sacrifice your ZFGs. That just makes it, like, even worse. Because, like, you're using the one thing that lets you use arts, you're using it up and wasting it, and then you... One less character can use an art, I guess. Which, you know, just kind of goes to show... It makes the situation... It makes the part even worse, in my eyes. There we are. It should work now. Because you should, like, get the phones while you're in the region just to eliminate backtracking. It sounds like it's working. It should work now. You won't be able to make calls and yeah, same dialogue. Thank you, everyone. I'll repay you for this somehow. Well, in that case, your treat the next time we go out for drinks then. Alright then. Oh, Shara's gonna love that. Well, good to know there are constants in the universe, I suppose. And with that, all the phones should work now. We should return to the professor and Shores and inform them of our success. Wait, Grand Cell doesn't need it?